Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 824.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies, market cap surging above $1 trillion for the first time. This is exciting news because I've been talking to you about the tremendous growth rates in cryptocurrency and some of the spectacular returns we've been experiencing. Cryptocurrencies are going crazy right now, and the good news is they're early in their cycle. They're just beginning and getting going in their technology trend. So unlike some of the very rich valuations that we see in the stock market, in some cases, in the crypto market, we see the opposite. We see low valuations. We see early adoption. We see that we are getting in at a time when the large institutions are just starting to get in. We haven't even seen the walls of money that are going to come in. So I wanted to share with you some of the facts that have led to this spectacular growth market and why it has just reached its first $1 trillion in value. And to do that, I wanted to share with you a report that just came out from Ripple. And this company has a cryptocurrency, but that's not really why I'm featuring it. I'm not focusing on any one particular cryptocurrency. I'm just sharing with you some of the facts from their book. For example, this quote was really interesting from Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, who said, "If central bank digital currencies are cheaper, faster, and more secure for users, we should explore it. If it's going to contribute to better monetary sovereignty, better autonomy, we should explore it. If it's going to facilitate cross-border payments, we should explore it." And that's exactly what most governments are doing. It's well known that China is far ahead of any other government in their use of cryptocurrencies and a sovereign central bank digital currency. But others are catching up, and Ripple provided a map of the globe and all the countries and what stages they are in terms of exploring cryptocurrency. And most of the world is at least in the exploratory phase. There are some countries that aren't, and a lot of Africa isn't, unfortunately. But there are most other countries around the globe that are, and certainly the major G20 countries are all looking at cryptocurrencies and central bank digital currencies. And one of the summaries that they put in their report was they said it's time to define the future of money. The introduction of central bank digital currencies will be one of the defining transformations in the history of money. How the underlying technology is implemented and monetary policies are set over the coming decade will determine whether sovereign-backed digital assets open the door to enhance global trade and financial inclusion or maintain the siloed, inefficient, and inequitable status quo. Today, some central banks are moving faster than others when it comes to piloting programs and implementing initiatives, but the future success of central bank digital currencies will require a global consensus rather than relying on a few pioneers with their own agendas to lead the way. The world's central banks must come together to agree on common central bank digital currency standards and protocols that will enable interoperability while also drawing on the existing knowledge and infrastructure of the private sector to accelerate initiatives. Central bank digital currencies have enormous potential, but must first overcome numerous challenges. Now is the time for central banks to explore these issues, develop common solutions, and ensure that the next evolution of money benefits more people and businesses and makes the world better. All right, now I want to talk about some of the values of the top 10 cryptocurrencies and what they've done in the last year. I often share with you rankings of top 10 performing ETFs, and I want to do the same thing for cryptocurrencies because some of these returns are absolutely eye-popping. And again, I really believe that we are not at a bubble phase because we're not at the end of a cycle. We're at the very beginning of a cycle, and we have many years to go. So these returns, although eye-popping, again, I think are because they're coming from such a low base and from a low valuation, and they're going to have some major valuations. But also, not all of these are going to survive. Just like in the internet era, pets.com was a big success early on and then petered out and didn't make it. And some of these cryptocurrencies I think will be the same. They might be explosive right now and have amazing returns, but they may not be in it for the long term. So I think good judgment and lots of research is necessary to pick the real winners. But I think there are real winners in here for the long term if you do your research, you study up, and you understand what they're really offering. There are the next Amazons, the next Fangs, they're in here. So let's talk about the top 10. Of course, everybody knows Bitcoin is number one. On a quarterly basis, it's up 258%, and on an annual basis, it's up 394%. The second largest cryptocurrency is called Ethereum. It is up 244% in the last quarter and 801% in the last year. That puts it right up there with Tesla. Number 3 is Tether. Now, Tether is a little different because it's known as a stable coin. So the purpose of Tether is not to be expanding, but rather to stay even. So it's going to have completely different numbers than the other coins do. And the whole point of it is to really have no growth. And you'll see that in these numbers. In the last quarter, 0.03%, and in the last year, 0.02%. So it's really held its value, hasn't gained value or lost value, and that's what Tether's supposed to do. It's a different animal. Number 4, XRP. In the last quarter was up 33%, and in the last year, up 63%. Litecoin is number 5. And in the last quarter, it was up 260%, and in the year, 281%. Cardano is number 6. In the last quarter, it was up 204%, and over a year, it was up 758%. Number 7 is Bitcoin Cash. In the quarter, it was up 92%, and over the last year, it was up 92%. Number 8 is Polkadot. In the last quarter, it was up 131%, and for the year, it was down 93%. Number 9 is Stellar. For the quarter, it was up 327%, and on the year, it was up 583%. And number 10, Binance Coin. For the quarter, it was up 53%, and for the year, up 201%. So we have some spectacular compounding numbers here. Again, I don't think this is bubble territory. To me, this is just being very early in the space. And let me share with you why I really think that. Because when you look at the long-term trends, particularly the one that was in this report, it's very, very evident how large this market is going to be. And here's what I mean. By 2024, at least half of the world's population is expected to use digital wallets for transactions that will be valued at more than $9 trillion annually. Let me say that again. By 2024, at least half of the world's population is expected to use digital wallets for transactions that will be valued at more than $9 trillion annually. Do you see why these coins are going crazy? Because there's going to be so much money running through some of these coins. So that's why I say we're early in the trend. They're talking about 2024. So by 4 years from now, we will have a spectacularly large market, be much more comfortable working with digital wallets, digital currencies, and these things will just be normal for us to be using for payment, to be using to invest through. We'll see things of value be tokenized with some of these cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of different uses and different ways that things are going to change, but what I'm really seeing is that digital currencies are here to stay. This is the early stages of it. It's like investing in the internet in the early 90s. This isn't the year 2000 in digital currencies. It's like the internet was in the year 2000. This is like 1993 or maybe even earlier in the internet. That's my personal opinion. I think we've got a long way to go and some very, very exciting returns. If you haven't subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available so you never miss one of them. And we have our holiday giveaway going where I'm giving away 25 prizes, 10 of my Wealth Heiress books signed by me, and that book was named to the list of all-time best wealth books by Book Authority. 10 of my Wealthy Mindset Blueprint audio sets, valued at $197, and 5 people will win one-on-one wealth mentoring sessions with me. All you need to do to be entered into the drawing is to leave a podcast review on iTunes for Be Wealthy and Smart. That will get your name in the drawing one time. And if you've read the Wealth Heiress book and leave a book review on Amazon, that will get your name in the drawing 2 times. And don't forget to leave a name that you'll recognize if it's a pen name or a pseudonym. Make sure you leave a name that you'll recognize when I call your name on January 13th, so you'll know if you've won. And right now, you still have a really good chance of winning. I'm taking all of the reviews from mid-December when we started into January 13th. So right now, almost everybody who leaves a review is probably guaranteed to win something. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.